Are we gonna have a bottle reveal party?
Come on, you can do it. All righty. There we go. Let's record this. All right, we're all set. All right, I think we're on Facebook Live even and stuff too, so that's even better.
Double
even
whammy.
better. Double whammy. All right, everybody. This is a 3 men in a bottle where Randall and myself, and of course, Frisky Whiskey himself, John, review a bottle. The rules are we always taste out of the same type of glasses. There's our glasses. We do 2 sips. We tell what we think about it, and John, what are you presenting to us today?
We try and be family appropriate. But
Yeah.
You did not bring your actual child to this.
If my kids wish they only had it so nice,
Yeah.
right?
That they had that kind of love and attention.
He won't give this up. He won't give this up.
So for today's bottle review party, I have Maker's Mark Private Select Encore Edition.
Okay.
All right.
So this is a big series that we've been doing here at Julio's for quite some time.
Yep. No.
You
were trailing off.
Oh,
right.
right. Sorry.
Your volume up a little bit. No. Yeah. So this is a series that we've been doing in a long time, and we wanted to point out because there's a lot of talk about single barrels, and that's obviously how Randall and I have been doing projects, but also the system that Maker's Mark has put forth is not a single barrel program, but it's a customizable expression that you can do.
That you can buy a barrel's worth of product
of.
Right.
And so we actually started with this. And by the way, I would encourage anybody, whether they come to Julio's or wherever they shop, if your place has one of these, a private selection, see if they have one for you to try it, because it's really interesting to try them. A lot of places now are following the same footsteps as we are, is try before you buy.
Right.
And you can actually try these because each one is different. So if you like one, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to like another one.
Right.
But we did something a little bit different. We actually started with a stave combination that we loved. And this is our 8th
version of the same stave combination.
Yep.
So can I jump in just real quick?
Absolutely.
Or something. So single barrel program, you're going to get a bunch of samples and you're going to pick the actual barrel that you want to buy.
Correct.
And from the variety of flavors, and each barrel takes in a different direction. So Makers, which is very proud of their core product, and they don't make the stuff with the red wax and the bottle that everyone sees, does not want to change that necessarily, but wants to be able to have customers have the ability to influence that and change the flavor. So you can insert this combination of 10 staves into the barrel, and then they put it in a very cold room, and they use very, very similar product. And the cold room takes or cave takes the barrel out of the equation, and the consistent product that they're filling with the Maker's regular takes the liquid out of the equation, so that the only thing that you're allowing to influence is your combination of the 10 staves.
Correct.
This is why it's sometimes referred to as a single barrel program, but it is actually a slightly different animal. But I didn't mean to jump in.
No, and it's true. What basically Maker's Mark philosophy is they age and everything to make everything consistent. So they're one of the few places that rotate in the rick house. They'll rotate from the top to the bottom, leaving the center in there, but they'll take the barrels are on the top, put them on the bottom, bottom barrels on the top. During the whole maturation process, they do this, and they come up with a consistent product. So what these are is they actually make a batch of what would be Maker's Mark, except they don't add water to it. They don't bring the ABV down at all.
Yep.
And then you take these staves, which have different influences. Johnny, you want to just read what the different staves? You can put 10 in any combination you want, but what are the staves?
Well, first thing is the alcohol on this one is 55.05 ABV. Then your first set of staves is 2 seared French.
I just want you to tell people what the type of staves are.
Yep. And then
I don't want you to tell what we did. I just want the staves.
Seared French Cuvée, Maker's Mark 46, roasted French Mocha, and toasted French Spice.
Cool. And those are the staves you get to choose from. We did a very specific combination. It really doesn't matter what combination we particularly used. The only thing I will tell you is the roasted French mocha is no longer available as a stave combination. We are grandfathered in, so we do have a stave that no one really can copy this particular recipe.
And so customers often ask when you say you put all those staves, do they just like drop them in the barrel? Like, what do they do, right? So I think it's kind of like a tea bag kind of a thing.
It's on a the
Stainless
staves
steel.
have a hole at the top. They put a circular it's stainless
It's like
steel.
a key ring.
Yeah, it's like a key ring, and they put them all on there, and they open the top of the barrel. They put it in. They put the barrel cap back on. So it basically just
Hangs in there.
floats. It floats there.
Which is really unusual because one, they're almost equally spaced out, so they're not like all clumped together, and they're hanging down into the liquid, and the entire end cap comes off, which means you're not just like throwing stuff inside the barrel. They have to take the rings off and disassemble the whole thing, and then kind of seal it back up with it in there. And of course, because I like metal and having stuff that's weird, I'm waiting for one of the rings, but every once in a while they'll send you the staves back.
We get the
But
staves.
I never get the ring. I want the ring.
Well, they tip the barrel over anyway, so it's sort of weird because it would be like the ring would be here and the staves would sort of fall down too.
Yeah.
But they are in there, and that's the only influence that the whiskey now has is these staves.
Right.
Okay.
Because you don't have a lot of heat interaction and the barrels are very consistent
That's
as
right.
they can make.
So this is the 8th barrel that we've done this way. I'll list them off. It was Codex, Redux, Triple X. If it ain't Baroque, Mystery Machine rides again. The Reveal, which is the first time we told anybody exactly the staves we used. And this latest one is called Encore because they told us we couldn't do anymore. Then they found some more of the staves that we
it
used.
might be like double Encore.
Well, I'm
we'll
hoping
come up with
I'm
something
hoping
else.
that they have a little bit more staves. We may be able to do one more, and that one will be called Second Curtain.
Yeah.
And what's interesting about this too is I haven't done a complete vertical, but early on I did a vertical of like the first 5. And it's very interesting like how they're still the same DNA. They're
Right.
very close.
But they're very
But they are
they are different.
they have their own personalities just like kids, right?
All right, I think we've explained it enough.
Yeah.
Randall, take
All right.
try
So we
guys.
can
We're gonna
take
try it.
2
We're gonna do 2 sips. The nose on this is, by the way, is incredible.
Awesome.
You get wood spice mixed with heavy caramel. It's like a very rich nose to this too. Right.
So that was my first one.
Whenever you guys are ready, I'm gonna go on my second one in a minute.
So I've
Let's
been
get ready.
along for the ride since the beginning.
Yeah.
And this is just, if this was the final one, it would be a very nice send off to a series that people keep coming back and buying because they really enjoyed our combination of flavors and staves. Richness to it that I don't think you typically would associate with some of the whiskeys, especially at the higher proof strength. A couple drops of water will open this right up. Like I like to do is take a sip of water, rinse your palate,
Right.
swallow the water, and then add the whiskey to your palate. So you're not changing what's in the glass, you're adjusting the water content.
We call it the
with
Randall
your
Bird
mouth.
method.
Yeah. But it doesn't need that. And
Yeah.
I think that this is a fantastic end to a legacy of 8 different barrels, all using the same system and having slight variations in between.
Johnny, what do you got?
Agreed. Absolute gorgeous whiskey. The nose is absolutely beautiful. Those wood spices and like warm baking spices. I think what's a little different for me on this one than the rest of the series, the one aspect of this one that stands out is I get loads of milk chocolate on the finish on this one.
Yeah, there's definitely a chocolate component. Yeah. You know, I keep saying like a lot of times we're like, well, this is my now this like if they're all your favorite, none of them your favorite. And I think the first one was I really liked that one. It was like maybe 2, and I think if it was like I think it was Triple X I really liked. And then, you know, they're all good, but just like sort of favorite. Then I was really digging Reveal, which is the one we eventually told them everybody, you know, here it is, and this was our last barrel, and maybe that's because it's fresh in my mind. I really like that one. However, I'm gonna now change it. This is now my favorite because the depth of character, and this is what I always find. Randall and I talked about this before. Is with a wheated whiskey, which is what Maker's Mark is. The component after corn is wheat, not rye. I think it takes on barrel character a little bit better as well as mouthfeel, but I think it takes on barrel character. Well, staves are just barrel character, right? And
Right.
you're using these different ones to do that. So I think it really sort of like it picks up the flavors of the staves, and so that's why I think it's a brilliant program
Mhm.
that they're doing. This couldn't be nicer. This is not going to last long. Every single one of these is sold out. Like all 7 before have basically gone. We did some what we call vault releases of
Yeah.
ones we held back for people to get now. Those are some of those are available in the store right now. But man, if you have an opportunity to try anybody's one of these, not just ours, but anyone,
Right.
you owe it to yourself. If you can just get a sample or something to try it, you should definitely do so.
Agreed.
And one of the cool parts of this is if you can compare it not only against our 8 barrels, but against our store versus a different store from a different
Yeah, they're going to
area.
be different.
They're going to be different, but I don't think you're going to be disappointed because the base liquid and all the staves they're going to do. I've never had one that's tasted not good. I've only had ones that tasted different because
Right.
their combinations are different. So it's always a fantastic, fun experiment to trade and play and really have fun with a whiskey.
Well, that's going to do us for us for 3 Men in a Bottle. I hope you enjoyed that, and cheers.
Cheers.
Encore. Should we take a bow?
Let's
I
get
don't know.
no, not. No, don't take a bow.